And I've decided to kind of move towards free tools. You know, this is a free thing we do every week. And I want to introduce trading to as many people as possible. And in FINVIZ, I'm finding more and more as I dig into it, has some really, really good tools, and they're free. They have a paid feature as well. But FINVIZ has a maps feature, just like Sector Spider and many other sites. But this one's quite good. And the way you get there is when you go to FINVIZ, you click maps. And then you can select different markets. You can even select exchange traded funds. You can select from one month, 1 week, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, quite a few periods. You can even go after exchange traded funds. So this is a nice visual way for you to really zero in on the heat in the market. Sometimes these are called heat maps. And so the way you use this is there's a color scale. So the biggest losers that are 10% or less during the time frame selected will be bright red, and the biggest winners bright green. And then when you look at a chart like this, you can see very quickly where the hot green is. So the hottest two stocks here are these two, Adobe and Fortinet, I think that is. Microsoft is green, 3%. So that helps you zero in visually on opportunities. The last thing to note is the bigger the box, like Microsoft, the bigger the market cap. What's a market cap? It's of the shares on the market times the number of shares in the market, and that generates a market cap. You could call it the value of the company in the market. That's another way to think of it. And so the bigger the box, the better the company. The smaller, not better, the bigger, and by bigger, more stability. Microsoft is certainly a very stable company. It's bigger than Oracle and Adobe. All these other ones pretty much combined, well, for sure, in this grouping of tech stocks, Microsoft is a behemoth. It's bigger than all the others combined. So that helps you make choices when you're looking through the list. Now look, smallest market cap are the smaller boxes. Okay. And so the way I use that is, the other thing I want to point out really quickly, we're going to do all this here in a sec. You can go right into a particular box on here, and you put your cursor on this box, and then you get all the individual movements of all these stocks in that particular subsector, banks diversified. So let's go in here and play a little bit. I'm going to just talk out loud a little bit. And so it is, you'll see this, and then you can go to maps. And then from here, you can pick your different markets. You can look at the world. What's going on in the world? The stocks, Baba is a Chinese company. Toyota is a Japanese company. Taiwan Semi is obviously a Taiwanese company. So you can see stocks by country. You can see everything if you like. You can see exchange traded funds. So think about this. You're looking for an opportunity with earnings week, or next 3 weeks is going to be packed full of earnings, and you want to avoid all that, then you can come right into here and go after exchange traded funds, which don't have earnings. And then you can also play with performance as well. 1 day up to year-to-date performance, 1 year, and then year-to-date performance. So I generally go after a month. Oh, the thing you can do is you look for day, like what's happening today across the S&P 500. And you can see right now the stocks that are the hottest and the coldest. So Google is off, man. Google's up. And then this one down here, small cap stock. This is a trucking company. ODFL is down 2.54%. So it's a nice visual way. A lot of people I think everybody likes imagery, and this is really kind of a cool way to find opportunities. Now, when I'm looking at bulls versus bears, here's one idea. If I'm looking for a stock that's in trouble, that's dropping the most, I would rather that stock have small market cap. It's not a big, its value on the market is smaller than most of its other competitors, I guess is the word I could use. And so if I'm looking for a bear, let's go to a 1 week performance. All right, so now here's my logic. So I look at this and I see AMD, bright red, Tesla, bright red. This is 1 week performance. But what about this? What if I go to the small bright red ones? Discover Financial Services. You know, this is the banking sector. Now, the banking sector is a little bit hot right now, so it's not ideal. This sector itself is doing well, but Discover not. Discover's down 12.6%, and it's one of the smallest of the credit services subsector. So then I'm like, well, if that thing's in trouble, let me check it out. Let's go to DFS here. And look at DFS. Well, I had earnings and got tanked.